And number 11, we're doing the opposite of what we did in numbers 9 and 10. Numbers 9 and 10, we wrote the expression that was in radical form in exponential form. Now we're writing the expression that's in exponential form in radical form. So to do this, we notice that that guy right there, the number under the in the denominator is the root. Roots grow under the ground. We talked about that in the first lesson. And then this right here is the power. So there are two different ways to write this. We could either write the fifth root of y, all raised to the fourth power, but I prefer it to be written, if you're just writing in radical form, we're not simplifying anything, we're just writing in radical form. So you can just write it without parentheses. You can write it like that. So it's the fifth root of y, all raised to the fourth, or the fifth root of y to the fourth. Both of these are the exact same value, and you can write it either way, get full credit for either one. No work necessary on that. And then number 12, simplify. So just like we've talked about in examples 8 and 9 and 10, when we have power to a power, we multiply. So showing the work for this, x to the 9 over 1 times 3 over 2. So 9 over 1 times 3 over 2, when we multiply fractions, we multiply straight across. If we can cancel any common factors, we should, helping us to keep our numbers smaller. But we don't have the option of doing that. 1 and 2 doesn't go into either one of those 9 and 3. So just multiply straight across. Basically, we have just x to the 9 times 3 is 27. And then 1 times 2 is 2. So we can leave it like that, but then we won't get full credit for that because that's not fully simplified. So what do I mean? Well, we want to fully simplify this. We got to go back to sorting cards, if you remember that lesson, where here we have the square root of x to the 27th. So that means a square root of x to the 27th power. Well, that's like having 27 of the same card on your desk, and then excuse me, you're just then taking out groups of 2. And if you think about this, if we want to write x 27 times and then think about what that would look like, that would take a lot of time. So if we write x 27 times, and that square root means that we are wanting to take out books of 2 or pairs. If you remember, we did that. So we have one pair of x's, another pair of x's. We keep going. How many times would we do that before we get to the end of the row of x's? Well, if you visualize that, there's 27 of them. Then there would be, think about it, 13 groups of 2x's. So 13 groups of 2x's would give us 26 x's. And so if we had 26 x's plus one more, it's 27. So if we have 27 x's lined up, then we have 13 groups of x's, of pairs of x's that we take out. So we take out 13, I keep saying that number, so x to the 13th then, so we have x times x times x 13 times, and then we have one more, which would stay under the square root. So that is the simplified version of x to the 9th to the 3/2. So it's x to the 13th multiplied by radical x. That's how you got to do that.